Okay, so we're going to continue with word problems today. This time, instead of given a slope and a y-intercept, we're given 2 points. So the farmer started with some quecks on her farm. She had 102 quecks after 4 months. So reminder, the x is your time. So x is going to be months. And your y is going to be the funny word, the quecks. Quects. So, at 4 months, she has 102. And then at 11 months, she had 60. So we're going down. So our slope should be negative, and that's why we have a x and y intercept. So we need to get the equation. So there's several ways to get the equation. We've already done how to get it, finding your slope and then putting it into either y equals mx plus b or point slope formula. Today we're going to learn how to do it in the calculator. So we are going to go to stat, and then let me turn, there we go, and edit. And then we're going to enter our 2 points. So we have 4, and I'm just typing over what's in there. 11, that's our x, and our y is 4 goes with 102. And 11 goes with 60. Then you hit stat again to calculate, and number 4, linear. We'll be using linear, quadratic, and exponential this year. And then you enter, and that spits out your equation. So the A is your M, and the B is B. So y equals negative 6x plus 126. How many quecks will she have after 7 months? So we're going to be entering this in our calculator anyway. So y equals negative 6x plus 126. So after 7 months, that means that 7 is going to be your x. So we're going to go to our table. We're going to go to 7, so in 7 months, she's going to be down to 84. So 84, and if it has asked for units, it is quecks. Okay, and then we're going to fill out our table. So at 0, that's our y-intercept, which is the 126. And so you can see that there, 0 and 126. And then we're going to see when they have none. So I'm looking for when y equals 0. So y equals 0 at 21 months. So in 21 months, you're going to have none. So if they ask you how many are you going to have in 25 months, it's still 0. So even though your equation will go in the negative, you're not considering the negative. So I went ahead and did my units, easier done in pencil than in pen. And so you're going to hit the settings button on your app on the bottom, and you have to change your units because these are only 12 wide. So your choices are 0, 5, 10, 20, 50. So 5 got us up to 60, and then I had to change the units here also. And then underneath the units, you have an option to label. So you do have to label your graph. So the labels is going to be your time and then whatever they're growing. So time is in months. So this would be months is my X. And they're growing quecks. Quects. So even if it didn't ask for what the X and Y mean on your paper, you need to write those down so that you don't have to be going up and down. and make sure you write at least your equation and your points that you're going to have to graph. So we're going to graph the x and y intercepts. I did find out that you can graph either one first. Me personally, I like to do the y-intercept. This is 120, so this is 140. So 126 is going to be closer to 120 than 140. And you're just estimating, they're pretty lenient. And then 21, this is 25, so 21 is going to be close to 20. And so it is a segment because, so instead of a line, you had to change this to a segment on top. And because there's no negatives, you can't have negative months, you can't grow negative fruit or vegetables, so you don't have a negative. So you're going to have two types. So if you have an x and y intercept, it's going to be a segment. If you have your slope is positive and it's going up, it's going to be a ray. And you have to plot the y-intercept first. Because if you don't, so if you have a line that looks like this, and you start with the point here at the end, and then do your y-intercept, well, your arrow is going to be facing the wrong way. So that's why you have to do the y-intercept first. Okay, so again, when you're in class, I'll help you on these graphs, and if you make a mistake on one piece of it, you end up losing your points. So what I recommend is getting your equation written. Make sure that your numbers are making sense to what you are given. So the 4 and the 102, the 11 and 60 need to show up. And just be careful that it's giving you, make sure you realize if it's giving you the X or the Y. Okay, so the next type, you're just comparing. You're just looking at the two lines. So we have f of x and g of x. So the video arcade 1 is showed by f of x. So this is going to be arcade 1. And g of x is arcade 2. And total cost of each arcade. Which one has the larger slope? Well, the larger slope is the one that's going to be steeper. The steeper it is, the larger the slope. So arcade 2. Easy peasy. Number 4. A donut shop has a fixed cost to operate each day, as well as a cost for ingredients per donut. This formula can be represented by f of x equals 3.5x plus 27. So the fixed cost is going to be your operating per day. That cost is fixed. But the slope is going to be what's cost per, and it happens to be per donut. So this is going to be a very expensive donut. It better be fabulous. So what does the 3.5 represent? Well, it represents the cost for ingredients per donut, and that would be B. So the total cost, that would be your Y, your f of x. The total cost before even opening the store would be 27, and the base cost for one day will depend on how many donuts they make. And that is it for today. Thank you.